I'm going to start this lesson off by sharing my typical morning with you, and you'll see why in just a minute. On a typical day, I wake up, use the restroom, head downstairs, say good morning to my wife and kids if they're up already, let the dog out, make a cup of coffee, make my breakfast, take my vitamins, and read the latest news on my iPad at the kitchen table. What about you? Do you have a morning routine? Most of us do. As humans, we actually like routine. The familiarity is actually a stress reducer. Our anxiety in general is lower when we know what's coming next and what to generally expect. If you really stop to think about it, we have these routines across nearly all aspects of our personal life. From how we shower and get dressed to how we prepare dinner to the homework and evening routine we have with our kids. We have these routines for a very specific reason. We have found that over time, if we do certain things or certain behaviors in a certain order, we tend to get consistent and predictable results. The actual definition of process is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. Makes intuitive sense, right? However, similar to the previous lesson where we discussed our tendency to resist change, we like routine and process that we create ourselves, but tend to resist the routines or processes that we perceive someone else is making us do. Humans are control freaks. Processes are typically no different. Herein lies the rub as it pertains to our work environment, particularly sales. We know inherently that routine and process is good. We just prove that by describing how many processes we've created throughout our personal lives to maintain a bit of order in the chaos. We know that these routines allow us repeatable, consistent outcomes. Why then do we resist these same processes in sales? Mainly due to the fact that the vast majority of salespeople feel that they can create their own process, that they know best. I frequently hear clients tell me their salespeople are experienced enough to not need a rigid process. The problem is all in the conceptual delivery. Nowhere else in the company do people buck, flinch, and complain about processes like they do in sales. The R&D team has very specific protocols and processes, yet no one complains. Accounting has clear processes, and yet no one would think about doing things lone wolf style in front of an auditor. You can go department by department in any company, and you'll see process after process, except sales. Okay, now that we've called a spade, I want to show you why having an effective sales process is so valuable. The first reason is that it helps create a consistent voice to the customer base. Too many lone sales wolves on the street, all with different ways of doing things, can create confusion to the marketplace and dilute the brand and the overall credibility of the company. The second reason is consistency of results. Every great sales process should create great results. Your sales process is like your game plan or your playbook. Once the players or the sales team understands the playbook, it should put your team in a winning position consistently. If it doesn't, then parts of your process need to be evaluated and adjusted. The third reason is really no one has arrived as the perfect salesperson. Nope, not even you. Sorry. As a result, we know that everyone has room to improve and everyone deserves a good coach. When you have a clear sales process, you and your coach can better identify areas of improvement in your approach. When you think of elements of your sales process today, what do you think is working well? What do you think needs to be improved? Remember, there's a reason why you wet your hair before you shampoo it. There's a reason why you brush your teeth after you eat, and there's a reason why following a clear and effective sales process brings value to you and to your company.